Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amber and I produce beauty related content. If you are here again, thank you so much for returning. Hopefully you have subscribed, but I'm so glad that you're back. Today's video is all about red. Today is February 2nd and it's Go Red for Women Day. It is the day that we bring awareness and education around the specific risks that women face of heart disease. This is a cause that is near and dear to my heart. For starters, I'm a cardiovascular intensive care nurse and I see heart disease every day. And a large amount of heart disease is preventable. And believe it or not, it is actually the #1 cause of death in women. 1 in 3 women will die of heart disease, and that equates to 1 every 60 seconds. And another reason why this is a cause that is near and dear to my heart is that 1 year ago this week, I lost my beloved grandmother, Edith Emma, who had heart disease. So I'll share a little bit about women and heart disease, but first I'm going to share my favorite tips for achieving the perfect red lip. So why the red lip? Red lip is quintessentially classic and elegant. Anytime that I see a woman sporting a red lip, I think that she exudes confidence. And with Valentine's Day coming up this month, I think it's the perfect time to experiment. So my first tip is to prep the lips. Regardless of what shade you're going to be wearing, whether it's a gloss or a lipstick, you need to keep your lips exfoliated and hydrated. So I'm going to share some of my favorite products to keep my lips both exfoliated and hydrated. So my first product is by Sara Happ, and this is the lip scrub in pink grapefruit. This was a gift from my friend Kevin, and I love this stuff. This comes in different flavors, but pink grapefruit is definitely a favorite of mine. I use this probably twice a week at night as part of my skincare routine, and I just take some of the paste, put it on my lips, and kind of move that around. It smells great, it tastes fantastic, and I have been through several of these. Back in the day, I used to take an old toothbrush to my lips to kind of exfoliate, but that's much too abrasive. A scrub like this is much gentler on your lips. So in terms of a lip balm, I have 2 favorites. My first is the Balm de Rose by Terry. Now this is a sample size and it is a pricey little balm, but I do have to tell you, my lips are in such better shape since I started using this. And this I started using about a year ago this time, and this is a sample size, and I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but I still, with nightly use, have a little bit left in this, so a little bit really does go a long way. So a newer to me product is by Emile Cordon. This is the Cashmere On Lip Pot in Lisa Rose Champagne. This is giving my By Terry a run for its money. Both smell fantastic, they feel great on the lips, and are super, super hydrating. So my second tip is to consider the rest of your makeup. When you're applying your makeup, consider doing a very simple, neutral look, especially if you're working on trying to find the right tone of red for your lips. Today I did a really simple look, 1 because it's daytime, and 2 I really wanted to showcase my lipstick. So my third tip is to find the right tone. Red lipstick can be intimidating, especially when there's warm and there's cool tones, and if you've tried a lip in the past and it didn't quite work for you, it's possible that you had the wrong tone. So how do you find the right tone? You may already know what your tone is. You may be very warm toned with your skin, you may be very cool tone, but what if you're really not quite sure? I know for myself I was a bit in this boat, and one of the things that I like to do is go a bit more neutral as a result. But one of the tricks that I've learned over time is to look at the inside of your wrist. If your veins appear to be blue, you might be more cool toned, but if they appear to be more green, then you might want to go a little bit warmer with your lip. And of course, if you're unsure, you can always go with something a little bit more neutral like I have on today. So my fourth tip is, now that you have found the right undertone, consider the finish. Glosses are a great way to kind of transition yourself and increase your comfort level with trying reds. A gloss is a great place to start. Now, of course, you're gonna have more transfer with a gloss and you're gonna have to apply it more frequently, but it's a much safer bet when you're first experimenting with reds. So my favorite finish is the satin finish. It's not too glossy, it's not too matte. You're gonna get more longevity than a gloss, and it's gonna be more comfortable than most matte lipsticks. And of course, matte finishes are gonna give you the most longevity, but they can be a bit drying to your lip. So my fifth tip is the option to subdue. This is one of my favorite makeup tips. If you find the perfect red lip, the perfect undertone and finish, but maybe you wanna take it down a notch, maybe it's daytime or you want something that's a little bit more work appropriate, consider mixing either with a nude or a pink. This is Very Victoria by Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of my favorite nudes, and I like to mix this with a red on occasion in order to kind of take it down a little bit. And my last tip is to be precise. This applies not only to red lip, but also for bold lips. I don't always line my lips, but this is very important when you're looking to sport a red lip. You may even want to fill in your lips in order to increase the longevity of your lipstick and help prevent bleeding. The lip pencil that I'm wearing today is by Sephora, and it's the Lip Liner To Go in Classic Red. One of the reasons why I like this one so much is that it is a classic neutral, and I can wear this with both warm as well as cool tone reds. Another tip you can use to increase the precision of your red lip is to use a concealer. Not only a concealer on the lip itself, but to outline the outside of your lip with concealer. This will help prevent bleeding and feathering. A newer product that I've been enjoying using is by Bite Beauty. This is the Line and Define Lip Primer. This helps me to get my lipstick to adhere a little bit more to my lip, and it helps to prevent feathering as well. So the shade I'm wearing today is new. This is by MAC Cosmetics, and it's one of their luster lipsticks, and the color is Cockney. That's how it looks in the bullet, and there is a swatch there. I've really been enjoying wearing this lipstick. I feel like it's very comfortable to wear, and I also feel like it's daytime appropriate. So now that I have shared my favorite red lip tips, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the American Heart Association's Life Simple 7. These are things that you can do to decrease your risk of heart disease. So number one is to get active. 30 minutes of activity every day is going to lessen your risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. And aside from lessening your risk, it's also going to help you look better and feel better. Number two is to control your cholesterol. Cholesterol is what contributes to blocked arteries that can lead to heart disease, stroke, and peripheral artery disease. Even if you have a healthy lifestyle, you could also have a genetic predisposition for high cholesterol. That's why it's so important to know your numbers. Number three is to improve your diet. Consider decreasing the amount of processed food that you eat on a daily basis. Consider increasing the amount of whole grains, fruits and veggies, and lean meats. You'll also want to consider decreasing the amount of saturated fats and sugars that you consume. And while there's certain fad diets out there that might be able to help you lose weight, it's best to consult your healthcare provider as to which diet makes the most sense for you in the long term. Next is to manage your blood pressure. Think of blood pressure as putting your thumb on the end of a hose. That increased pressure is what high blood pressure is doing to your heart. So managing that includes a healthy diet, limiting your sodium, maintaining a healthy weight, and managing your stress. And just like with cholesterol, managing your blood pressure may entail taking medication. You'll also want to focus on maintaining a healthy weight, as that decreases the amount of stress on your heart. Number 6 is to reduce your blood sugar, as there's a correlation between diabetes and heart disease. And last but not least is to stop smoking. We know that smoking is damaging to your lungs, but it can also wreak havoc on your circulatory system. So the last thing that I want to share with you is some of the signs and symptoms associated with heart attacks in women, which can differ than men. Men will oftentimes present with chest pain, whereas a woman can oftentimes have back pain. You may also experience shortness of breath, fatigue, and nausea. And oftentimes these symptoms can be blown off as, well, maybe I'm getting sick. And frankly, find me a woman over the age of 30 or who has children who isn't fatigued and has back pain. I think it's important to talk about this because traditionally as women, we are caregivers, and oftentimes we put ourselves last. But it's important to remember that in order to care for others, you have to care for yourself as well. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have picked up a tip or two regarding red lips. And I appreciate you sticking with me through the information about heart disease and women. If you have enjoyed this video and want to see more health-related tips, definitely let me know in the comments below. I am happy to include these as part of my regular beauty content. And if you did enjoy this video, consider giving me a thumbs up, and I would love to hear what videos you'd like to see next in the comments below. Thank you again for all of the love and support. It means so very much to me, and until next time, take care.